Good afternoon, everyone. So today we're going to be doing factorization, and the first type of factorization we will be doing is common factors. So first, before you can understand common factors, we have to discuss something called products. So products are something you should just have finished. So for in this instance, let's use the example x bracket 3x plus 2. So in this case, it's very easy. We multiply the x and distribute that into the bracket. So 3x times x will leave us with 3x squared, and x times 2 will leave us with 2x. Now, factorizing and products are opposites of each other. So products would be the multiplying out of things, and factorizing would be the simplifying of things. Two opposites. All right. So just to highlight it again, this would be products and this would be factorizing. Right. So let's try another example. So let's say in this case, I am left with 3x to the power of 4a plus 7x to the power of 2b. Clearly we can see that both of these share two x's. The first one has 4 and the second one has 2, but the highest amount I can take out of each of them is 2 x's. So factorizing this would mean that if I take out an x squared, by the first term there would be left 3a x squared, and by the second term we'd have 7b. I know this seems a little bit weird, but let's try and revert it back to its original form. So if you can see that this is in fact actually now back into its product form, I can prove my answer by multiplying the x squared back in. So x squared times 3a x squared would give me 3a x to the power of 4 plus 7x squared b. Exactly as it was before. All right, cool. Let's look at another example. So let's see, 20x to the power of 4 plus 6x squared. What is the highest common value that they share? So we have a 20 and we have a 6. So the highest common factor they share is a 2, and the highest common variable they share is an x squared. So I'll be taking out a 2x squared. Now, if I'm taking out a value, it is dividing with my original term. So 20 divided by 2 would leave me with 10, and if I take out x squared, 2 x's will be left. If I take a 2 here and I'm dividing it, it means I'll have 3 left, and that is it. Testing your answer by multiplying it back in. 2x squared times 10x squared will leave me with 20x to the power of 4 plus 6x squared, replicating our original answer or our original question. So you can clearly see that once again, this is products, and going from here, going from here to there, that is factorizing, and specifically taking out a common factor. All right, let's look at another two examples. So firstly, let's say we have 20x to the power of 4y minus 45x to the power of 2y squared. Right, so the first thing you want to identify is the highest number they have in common. So I have a 20 here and I've got a 45. So I can take out a common factor of 5. Then I've got a then I've got a x to the power of 4, and I've got an x to the power of 2, which means I can take out an x to the power of 2 because that's the highest amount they share. And the last thing I'm going to be looking at are the y's. I've got one y here, two y's there, which means I can take out 1 from each, which means my common factor is 5x squared y. Now let's see what's left. If I take out a 5 from the 20, it'll leave me with 4. If I take out 2 x's, it'll leave me with 2 x's. If I've taken out the y is gone. Now by the second term, I've taken out 5, which leaves me with 9. I've taken out 2 x's, which means I've removed all of them. And I've taken out a single y, which leaves me with 1 y. All right, and that is in its that is factorized. I've taken out the most amount of common factors. There's no more factors to remove from each of these terms, which means this is your final answer.